I went to high school in America. Of course, I told everyone that I've met the Queen. I went to school in America. Of course, I went to prom in a stretch Hummer. I went to school in America. Of course, I was asked daily to say words such as hamburger and water. I went to school in America. Of course, people ask me if all we do in England is drink tea and eat crumpets all day, every day, and if we own cars or if we just go everywhere on horse and carriages. I went to school in America. Of course, I accidentally asked people if I can borrow their rubber without knowing what it meant over there. I went to school in America. Of course, everyone sits in their own cliques in the cafeteria, just like in all of the movies. Yes, it's true. All of the jocks, all of the cheerleaders, all of the nerds. It's true. I went to school in America. Of course, people looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language every time I opened my mouth. I went to school in America. Of course, I ended up eventually changing my accent to fit in with them and sounding like a full-on American when I moved back to England. I know you're all so tired of hearing this, but finally, I went to school in America. Of course, it was some of the best and worst years of my life, but I feel so lucky that I got to experience, there goes my light, I'm so lucky that I got to experience growing up in another country and I met some of my best lifelong friends over there.